Beginning a new enterprise is not something to be easily overlooked. It takes a lot of faith, patience, and hard work to get there. Therefore, what separates successful entrepreneurs apart from us? Entrepreneurship isn't for everyone, but those who succeed have a set of attributes that assist them on their way. They most likely have an entrepreneurial mindset. Nonetheless, what precisely is the term mindset? What exactly is an entrepreneurial mindset? What characteristics does it contain, and how can it be developed? In today's video, that's exactly what we'll be discussing, so stick around, because in the end, you just may obtain the key to an entrepreneurial mindset. Hello, and welcome back to Reign Supreme, a channel to impact influential, powerful minds. What is mindset? We all have a mindset. But most of the time, we aren't even mindful of how much of an impact it has on our everyday life. It is our thinking that reveals possibilities and inspires us to pursue our dreams, allowing us to bloom and prosper. However, our attitude can also stifle our potential to learn and evolve, leaving us with useless habits of thinking and behaving. What about an entrepreneurial mindset? So, an entrepreneurial mentality is a way of thinking that facilitates the creation, development, and management of one's own entrepreneurial venture. Entrepreneurs that are successful do not fear failure or errors, but instead see them as chances to learn and grow. However, operating a successful business can be just as crucial as achieving sales goals or developing a long-term business strategy. It's quite okay if you don't feel inclined to do the work. Being unsure about yourself is a normal part of the human condition. Understanding how to stop them in bloom will help you become a successful business. Entrepreneurs aren't the only ones that have the entrepreneur attitude. In a professional setting, almost anybody, not just eager, aspiring company owners, can display it. Now, what are its characteristics? Number 1. The power of positivity. Having a positive mindset and frame of mind is essential for businesses. The culture of a firm is influenced by the thinking of its CEO, who sets the tone for the whole organization. There is a direct correlation between a company's development and the capacity of management to encourage and lead its workforce. Having a positive outlook is a big part of what gives entrepreneurs the strength to weather downturns in the economy. Having a positive mindset is not about burying your head in the sand and avoiding the problems that may arise, but rather about knowing how to psychologically reframe your reaction. There is no purpose in dwelling on the past. To improve your mindset, look at an unfavorable pain point and ask, how can I actively fix this? By evaluating your emotions and attitude towards a perceived issue, you'll quickly learn how to nurture a positive attitude towards change. As a positive person, you should strive to develop and learn from obstacles. Number 2, the ability to express oneself creatively. To be successful in business, one must be able to think outside of the box and innovate when required. When an entrepreneur sees how something is done, they are able to envisage how it might be done better. In the field of entrepreneurship, the saying, "creativity is the mother of invention," has never been more accurate. Even if you don't work in a quote-unquote creative field, creativity is essential for entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs are always on the lookout for fresh approaches and new products. However, creating a product or service from an idea is the first step in the life cycle of every entrepreneurial venture. It's easy to think outside the box with the mindset of an entrepreneur. Number 3, persuasive communication ability. As a rule, the most successful entrepreneurs are also the most persuasive, and it is considered a powerful tool that can help you bargain, complete a transaction, or get a better price on your merchandise. Not only that, but people who are good at persuading others tend to be inspirational leaders, so they make good bosses. Number 4, intrinsic motivation and drive. Self-motivation is the hallmark of successful entrepreneurs, as opposed to relying on others to keep you on track or responsible for your actions. Generally speaking, folks who run their own enterprises are very focused and determined. Where many of these entrepreneurs have put their lives on the line in order to open the doors of their enterprises for the first time. time. This is where motivation is fueled by the personal stakes involved. Number 5, adaptability and the ability to learn from mistakes. One of the greatest hopes you have when beginning a company is that it will be a huge success. Certainly, it's nice to achieve success, but it's through failure that we learn and develop. However, failure can only be learned and embraced as a learning opportunity, not as an opportunity to be destroyed. Furthermore, if you're worried about failing, don't be. You'll be joining a long list of successful people. All of the world's most successful businessmen, athletes, and artists have failed at some point along the way to success and affluence. Because we're all human, we're all flawed. Don't expect yourself to be flawless in the pursuit of your company idea. As stated above, it is by definition inoperable. Now that you know the characteristics of an entrepreneurial mind, let's dive into how one develops it. Having an entrepreneurial mindset seems like a road plan covered with vague directions like be courageous, work hard, take chances when we speak about it. Certainly, this is a straightforward procedure. However, in the current world, we find that it's far easier said than done. In order to get things started, here are a few concrete measures you can take to cultivate an entrepreneurial mindset in your everyday life. Number 1, be specific about your objectives. Unless you have a clear sense of where you want to go, it's impossible to make progress. Dreams and desires aren't enough. You must have specific objectives in mind. The first step is to identify a few clear, quantifiable, and achievable objectives for every week or month, and see how far you can go by chipping away at them on a daily basis. Also, if you're having problems remaining on track with your objectives, write them down or tell a few trusted people about them. Realize that huge wins frequently come from small, steady steps. Number 2, learn to be decisive. In order to succeed as an entrepreneur, inventor, or a new company owner, you must learn to assess a situation, assimilate essential facts, and make a decisive choice. Indecision can wreck small enterprises and startups, which is why taking a confident decision is one of the most important entrepreneurial abilities. In the present world, you may exercise decisiveness by ordering food or making plans for the night. With practice, you'll be able to handle the huge issues in your company more confidently. Number 3, reframe your failures in a positive light. Here's the terrible truth. Failing isn't fun. The finest entrepreneurs, on the other hand, understand that failure, rejection, danger, and criticism are all part of the job, and they choose to see them as typical side effects of drive. Instead of folding, they figure out how to stay active. After all, reframing your mindset about failure will take time and work. So the crucial word here is to learn. So failure isn't something to dread or avoid, but rather something to learn from and use to improve your future outcomes. Anyhow, it's important to remember that a shift in viewpoint may have a profound impact on how you perceive a scenario. And don't forget that taking no action is also dangerous. So try to get used to the discomfort. Number 4, overcome your phobias and anxieties. Public speaking, failure, and shame are all things that many entrepreneurs dread. There is no other way to get rid of that fear but to confront it head on, where rejection anesthetizes you to disappointment. Anyhow, consider taking a public speaking class to improve your public speaking skills. As a result, you'll be forced to face your own weaknesses and become more comfortable speaking to strangers. Number 5, maintain your curiosity. Among the most significant characteristics for entrepreneurs is a natural curiosity for learning new things. Maintaining a competitive edge necessitates a lifelong pursuit of fresh knowledge and experiences. Never lose your interest in what's around the next corner. Nonetheless, an entrepreneurial attitude can be shown by anybody, regardless of occupation or background. It may need additional work and dedication, but any representative can adopt the behavioral patterns that constitute the mindset. Despite the fact that reaching above and beyond might be exhausting, it also may be the greatest approach to the next level in your career. Having this mindset is unique in that one must be creative, communicative, and highly motivated to succeed. Yet, open to risk and failure. Do you have what it takes? And with that, today's video concludes. Thank you for watching, and if you've gained any useful advice from today's video, then we'd love to see you in the future. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and ring the bell, and we'll see you on the next one.